It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Good morning. It is the Shine Sisters podcast today, and here we are. I am Debbie Labinski, your host, one of your hosts, and then we also have
Juliana Melo. Good morning, everybody. We're so happy to be with you here today.
It's Wednesday, December 6th, and our topic of the day is stress-free holidays with the angels. So we have many tips that we're going to share with you, and we are just overjoyed to share those and really just dive in so we can support you all today.
Yeah, this is the thing. I was feeling it even the other night. I was sharing with you in the green room. The holidays, because we put so much emphasis on the materialism around the holidays. I'm in so many groups that have been sharing, they don't have all, money for all of the food or all of the baking or the presents. So I loved where you said, Deb, let's talk about presents a little bit today.
Yeah, well, we have different presents, right? What do our family truly want? What are we going to remember at the end of our lives? Are we going to remember all the gifts that we received materially, or are we going to remember the conversations, the kind words, the support, the just anything, right? The beautiful trees, the beautiful lights, the trips, the adventures, whatever we get to do. And if you look at all of that, it's having just someone love us, right? And being present with us. And again, we always talk about this. We talk about we want to be seen, we want to be heard, and we want to be understood. And it doesn't change during the holidays, right? We still want that feeling, and that's what our soul is just looking for. So if that can help you slow down and get present instead of going crazy, searching for the perfect present, hoping that someone will love it. And that's great. You know what? We have the 5 love languages, and some people like acts of service, and some people like receiving and giving gifts, and that's okay. But it's all about coming from the heart and being present. And when you take things slower, it will mean more. The energy in which you are searching for that gift will be part of the gift that you are giving to that person. So just remember that your energy is in everything that you do. And if you're purchasing something in stress and in frustration and anger or judgment, those things, if you're concerned about receiving that when you give that gift, you're kind of already giving that to them as the gift as well. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Because, this is the perfect time. I love that you're saying that, because obligation vibration, what I learned is when you give an obligation vibration, just like you said, you're putting that yucky energy into their auras. And so would you not instead want to give from your heart something that, is truly meaningful? Because anybody can buy a gift.
Right.
The true gift of Christmas and the true meaning of Christmas or the holy days is the love that we are, and sharing that love and light with the world.
Yeah, it's even when you're wrapping the gifts. I'll speak for my own relationship with my husband. My husband does most of the wrapping. It's not because I'm not capable. It's because he worries and is concerned that things are not going to get done. I believe that everything is going to get done in divine time. We will have plenty of time. I turn on music and I pour myself a glass of wine, and I create an amazing experience for myself when I'm wrapping these gifts, because I'm so excited. Excuse me. I'm so excited about the gift that I'm giving them. And then my husband, on the other hand, when he's in the room doing it, wrapping gifts on his own, he's doing it in a way like, I have to get this done. I have to get this done. It's just another check off the to-do list, where I don't look at it that way. I'm like, this is so exciting. I get to give them this gift. I can't wait for them to open it. I'm already envisioning them smiling and excited and going, you listened to me. You looked at my list. You really got me what I wanted. And I think it's about the energy in which we're wrapping those gifts. So that's one of my tips, is create the environment when you're wrapping these gifts for people, not only just shopping for them, but wrapping them and then visualizing giving that to them, and them with this just beautiful smile in their heart expanding, knowing that they were
exactly. Yeah, presence is really the presence that you want, and being in the energy of wish you wish to receive when you are doing the giving. I love that, Debbie. I could envision you, and I love you are such a great mom, and your boys are so blessed to have you. And that even, for me, that reminds me, because my son is 25, so he's the eldest of all of our children. However, he is a big kid at heart. And even though last month we got him tires for his car, my husband said last night, what are you going to get him? I said, well, now's your turn. Like, I got him the coat and the tires. And so he said, okay, don't worry, I'm going to spoil him. But when he wraps, I'm going to help wrap, and I'm going to infuse all that love in it and envision him how happy he's going to be when he's opening it. I loved that visual because it's so true. That's the true spirit of Christmas.
It really is. I mean, do you think that, I know we talk a lot about Jesus and we talk about God because that's who we are, right? That's that's who we are as the Shine Sisters. We just really enjoy this type of conversation and this type of energy, as having Jesus guiding us throughout our conversations. And I feel like I always visualize him when he's walking and he's gifting his words of wisdom and his time with people. He's not looking at his watch, tapping his feet, going, oh my gosh, how many more people are going to stop me on my path? He's like, this is it. This is an adventure. This is an opportunity for me to be there for somebody. And if we can just look at the holidays as an opportunity to be there for others, and it may be some self-sacrifice, because it's not always easy to get together with family. We have difference of opinions, different personalities, different perspectives and agendas. Everyone has their expectations, right? So my expectation is always to have a good time.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't always end up that way. And I do get my feelings hurt, and I do get let down, and my expectations get dropped pretty fast when I'm around certain family members. But then it's my job to call on the angels and God and Jesus and all my other spirit team to help lift me back up into my own natural presence. And again, presence is kind of the key word we're using today, right? Because it just seems to show up in pretty much everything we talk about and think about. So I think that's really where I'm going with it, is just really just, if you find yourself getting pulled down, call on your spirit team to help you get lifted back up. Sometimes we can't. Sometimes we don't have the mental capacity to do it ourselves, right?
Right.
Sometimes we have to reach up and reach out and say, please pull me back up. I need help.
Well, and this year, more than any other year, I had to make some decisions around creating a stress-free holiday for myself and my family. And it included making a really hard decision of not being with family on Christmas Day. And it was hard, and it was a family decision. However, why I really felt guided to share stress-free holidays is because it is a choice that we make. And when you invite the angels, when you invite the God of your understanding, when you invite other emissaries of the divine in to help you, then it will help you stay present, because the present that you're giving yourself is peace And for me, peace is like, there can be nothing other than peace in my life. I'm at this point now where it is not something I'm asking of others. It's a demand. It's a demand. I need it for my life in order to be in alignment with the truth of who I am. And the truth of who I am is love, light, joy, peace. And I want to emulate that out in the world. And if other people don't want to be peaceful, then I need to make that hard decision of giving myself the present of my presence. And in the people that I am surrounding myself with, I love that exercise of infusing the present with so much love, because that is the meaning of Christmas. And I think that the bigger message here from Debbie and myself today is Christmas is a feeling. It is not the things. And when you invite the divine in, however that means for you, you can elevate the experience to one of love. And you can put your differences aside for a period of time. And so I think that you pulled a card for us today.
I sure did. So again, I'm using the Angels and Auras Oracle by Radley Valentine and Dougal Fraser.
Beautiful.
And I love this. It's a man on a bike, and it says you're ready. Or not on a bike. He's sitting on the ground building a bike. How many of you have to build the bike, right? Or put the bike together for the child, or you're putting pieces together to create the gift that you want to give, but it says you're ready. So you're putting the pieces together for yourself. It says momentum, validation, encouragement, and prepared. And the card number is 43, which in numerology goes down to a 7. So if you're into numerology, and 7 is all about spirituality and expanding on spirituality. So I'm going to go ahead and read the message that the men have, Radley and Dougal have on their card. It says, your angels are validating your progress to this point. It's important to keep the momentum going by not questioning yourself or your current path. It's time for you to spread your wings and be fully in your power. If you've been holding back, going to the next level, the time for procrastination is over. Just do it. The color activation. I love these cards because they do the color activation, and I'm a huge color fan. Gold and blue. Gold and light is activating your self-confidence and desire to take action. Radiant blue light is sweeping away all fear and self-doubt and helping you trust yourself. So you are ready to trust yourself. If it doesn't feel correct to go somewhere, to give the gift, to do that next piece of on your to-do list, just cross it off. Give yourself the permission. Cross it off. It's not necessary. If it causes you stress or worry or doubt or anxiety, which I know anxiety gets pretty ramped up at this time of year, then take it off the list. Let someone else do it who doesn't have those same feelings. It's like with my husband, right? He gets all worked up about needing to get the things done instead of remembering the gifts that they're giving. And me, I come in and I'm joyful about it. I'm excited. So give me the task. I like it. I enjoy it because it's fun, because it's more than just the gift. It's more about the feeling.
Right.
And I wanted to just share, I'm reading this book by Wayne Dyer and Esther Hicks, co-creating, and they had this interview conversation. It's magical. It's such a good book. So it's just a small book. So if you have an opportunity to read it, it talks all about this, just, being on that high flying disc and making that choice. If you are focused on worry and anxiety and all those things, then you're going to attract more people who are having that similar experience. And that just keeps the momentum of that feeling going. If you want to feel joy, then keep focusing on all the things that create that feeling of joy.
Right. and don't do things that give you anxiety. Like
Yeah.
this is the power in the presence. And I don't mean present, I mean in your presence, like being present in the day. That's your point of power. And also your power is in making choices that are right to you. And being the recovering people pleaser that Miss G is, I recognize now, and my angels have kept affirming, my heart is as valuable as anybody else's. And so during the holidays, even though I did things in that, well, what are they going to do if I don't do that kind of obligation vibration, I've realized and I've come to learn that, you know what, I can make a different choice.
Yeah.
And it can be the one that is right for me and my family. And that nobody else on this planet is worth more than I am. We're all children of the divine.
Yeah.
We are all loved. And so for the holidays, you know, this is what I'm seeing. There's some people that don't have families. There's some people that are dealing with a lot of grief right now. The holidays are not all joy-filled. And we want to honor that by saying, this is why presence is the present that you give yourself, because you sit, if you're in grief, then you recognize this year's not going to be like the years past. And how can I show up and make it the best that I can? Do I need to spend Christmas Day in pajamas? Then spend them in pajamas. Do I need to buy a box of cookies rather than make a box of cookies? Then buy the box of cookies. Like, this is the thing. So many clients I've been supporting in exactly this, in saying, you know what, if that doesn't work for you anymore, then change it. And I'm so grateful that that's
by the choice that you're making, if we do what we've done, we'll continue to get what we've
always done.
keep doing. What's that saying? If you keep doing what you've done, you'll
You're gonna
continue.
get what you always, yeah.
But when I was thinking about when you were talking about family and how you change the dynamic and the schedule and stuff like that. Who knows? The outcome could be one of the most amazing outcomes by just making that choice. So sometimes we think that someone else's opinion or expectation of us and us not following through on what they expect of us, we know ourselves better than anybody
Right.
can ever know us. And so when we make a choice that feels in complete alignment with our soul and with our heart, we have no idea until it happens and we choose it, the ripple effect of what we are doing for others. We could be empowering our next family member to be able to do that for themselves.
Right.
And then it can ripple down through our family, right? To the children. And they get to see, wow, we've always done it this way. And
You
we
remembered
don't
your
walk
sister.
away feeling excited all the time. But now all of a sudden, this is really awesome. Right? So we
Absolutely.
never know the positivity that can come from doing things that are in a true alignment with ourselves.
And you know, the best gift that you gave me, do you remember a couple months ago when I was sharing with you and you said to me, Jules, you just, like, you piss people off just by being who you are. And I said, I don't understand that. Like, I am who I am. And you said, well, it's like I need to lower my vibe when I go into certain circumstances in order for their energy to accept me. And then I thought, why do I need to do all the work all the time? Why do I need to lower my vibe in order to be accepted? Why don't they raise their vibe in order to meet me? And I thought, no, I'm not doing that.
Well, and I said, well, you give them an opportunity to, if they can't lift up, don't go down.
Right.
Don't change who you are to fit in, because then we end up giving a piece of ourselves. And what do we end up doing? We walk away feeling bitter or angry or frustrated. And that doesn't serve anybody, right? So we go somewhere and we may piss them off or we may trigger somebody. And I'm not just, whenever I say something, I'm usually projecting my own, like I do the same thing, by the way. I tend to trigger people and piss people off when I go into certain things. And it's not even me. It's my energy. It's my confidence. It's myself
Right.
feeling empowered. And if someone is showing up feeling disempowered and you walk in feeling empowered and joyful and peaceful and happy, it will trigger others because they just can't handle it yet. They haven't done the healing to be able to understand what that energy is. And it's an invisible energy. You don't even have to say anything. It's an invisible energy that flows with you, right? Your aura that you're carrying around.
So
And
what would you do in that circumstance? Because I think there's a lot of people like this that, let's talk just for a couple minutes on healing our inner children, going into family stressful situations like the holidays, because there's so much, home for the holidays and the whole energy around that and how that's the thing to do or you're going to be missing out. And instead, you're right. I'm sorry if I made it sound as if you told me to lower my vibe. You didn't tell me to lower my vibe. We were talking about it and you were right. You said you don't lower your vibe. And in those situations, if you are somebody that is resonating with what Debbie and I are saying today, you can send your angels ahead of you.
absolutely.
And you can ask them to clear the space. You can ask Archangel Chamuel and Mother Mary to, go ahead of you and instill wherever you're going full of lots of love. You can ask Archangel Michael to cut away cords of fear and to elevate everybody's vibration to one of love and light. Now, this is the thing about that. It will only go as far as their divine free will allow. However, if you go in knowing that you've done these couple of things and you choose to go because you want to go, it's going to be okay. If you don't want to go and you go, that's when I've done that. And I'm like, damn it, I could have listened to my intuition and I didn't. So if when we're talking, any of you are feeling like, oh, maybe I need to do something different than this year, then do something different. And Debbie and I are available to help support you with angel card readings to help guide you, because this is what we know for sure. Just like Debbie pulling that card of you're ready. That is a message if you're open to hear it. You are ready to make a change. You don't need to do the same old because you've done it for 59 years or 50 years. This could be the year 2023 where you stand in your power, you are present, you connect to the divine, and you say, I'm going to create joy and peace in my life, and I'm not going to go. No, sorry, I can't come this year.
Yeah, this is in preparation for next year's energy. 2024 is an 8 year.
Yes, I'm
And
so
tell me
excited.
more about the 8, because Giuliana, you know for sure about the 8 because that's your life path. 8 can be about abundance, but if it can be an abundance of whatever you're focused on. So if you don't clear what is affecting you now, it will amplify it possibly next year.
Yes.
Because the 8 will it's an infinity symbol, right? It just keeps the momentum going.
Yes.
So what do you want? When you're focused on the holidays, if you're focused on getting with family, and if you're focused on stress, you're going to amplify that stress. If you're focused on, I can easily get this to-do list completed, and I will do it in the divine time that is correct for me and the persons that I am supporting, because the to-do list is usually to support yourself and to support others around you, right? So if you can focus on what are you doing it for? How does it make you feel? And the love that you are exuding into that to-do list it will relieve you from the stress that you are feeling, and it will lower the anxiety, and it will lower the expectations on yourself. And then what that does is you will just send out this, what am I visualizing? That energy, that
A beam.
that beam of energy. So you are just sending that out. And can you imagine if you're out there and normally you're driving around, you're cutting people off. I got to get in line. I'm in Nordstrom Rack. I got to hurry, 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 hurry. And what are you doing? You're just sending that out to everyone that comes and encounters with you, right? And then all of a sudden you're wondering why someone's starting to bicker with you. Well, you kind of brought it along with you, and you sent that energy out to them, that vibration out to them. They just responded to you.
Exactly.
So focus on what you want, focus on how you want to feel, and create that for yourself. And that is how one of my favorite tips that I can offer it to de-stress yourself through the holiday season, and also through the new year, and for the rest of your life. It doesn't just have to be now. We're just talking about now.
But the holidays bring it into focus. It's like, okay, if you're going to have this gathering that doesn't feel good because Uncle Jim is a drunk and you cannot be around drunks, then don't go. Or if you want to go, say, I will go for an hour. And if Uncle Jim gets too drunk, I'm out of there.
Yeah.
Like, create your boundaries.
Yeah.
So Debbie's saying, you have your plan. You're choosing what you want. We're staying present. We're creating our boundaries. We're speaking our truth with love. These are all great tips to have a stress-free holiday, because the holidays are meant, the true spirit of why we celebrate is the love that we are and the love that we want to give and receive. So,
Amen. Amen, sister.
Right? Amen, sister. So I think that is beautiful for today. We gave you a lot of tips. Debbie and I want to take this opportunity to invite you to our February event here in Calgary, Alberta on February the 10th from 9:30 a.m. to about 12:30, just after lunch. It's going to be a beautiful morning with Debbie and me in a circle. It's the Shine Sisters first circle in person, and it's only 44 Canadian dollars, and we have a maximum amount of rooms. So if you're interested, please reach out to DebbieLabinski.com or JulianaMelo.com. We will happily receive you all in a beautiful sacred circle with some beautiful energies. The Soul Sister energy is supporting us. Mary Magdalene is supporting us. So clearing away a bit of shame and guilt. And beautiful Mother Mary is holding all of us. We are her children. And I know Debbie and I are more faith-based, and we want to remind you that whatever holy days that you celebrate, we celebrate with you.
Absolutely.
We say, happy holy days, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, we celebrate with you. Any last words, Deb, before I close with our prayer?
Yeah, this is amazing. I'm just so grateful that we have this platform and this opportunity to share what comes through us, to be able to support you guys. Because whenever we are supporting you, we are always we get that support in return. It just comes right back to us. I'm amazed what comes through us sometimes. And thank you for this opportunity. I
love you so much. So I'm going to close with a beautiful prayer. It is the one from December the 11th. I know you guys can't see the book, but it is from 365 Days of Angel Prayers, available on Amazon. And it goes like this, from Debbie and me and all of our divine teams to all of you. Beloved angels, the holidays have arrived once more, with menus and planning and shopping in store. The social whirlwind begins. My calendar fills, and I can't find a minute just to sit still. There are cards to write and presents to buy, phone calls to make and gift wrap, bows to tie. Phone calls to make and the lists from the kids of must-have galore, and no elves in sight to lessen the chores. The weight of expectations begins to take its toll. Will the roast be flavorful? Will I have enough rolls? Should I sit Cousin Bill next to Ted's new wife? Or will old family tensions erupt in strife? It's just too much. I feel I can't cope. So you have to help me, or there is no hope. I feel overwhelmed and less than enthused. Even the batteries have been overused. Please step in and take me in hand and remind me this whirlwind was never the plan. Help me to see that what matters most are the hugs and the love and keeping us close. Send us your light, your grace, and your love with soft, gentle whispers of calm from above, and remove all our stress as the holidays near and replace it with only angelic good cheer. Cheers to all of you. We love you. Debbie, I'm so grateful that we are your Shine Sisters together. We look forward to an amazing 2024 with all of you. Again, you can find Debbie, Labinski.com and JulianaMelo.com. On behalf of Divas That Care, we wish you a very happy holiday and a very blessed new year, and we'll see you in the new year, everybody.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.